one of them.
Which is why you deal with more impressionable younger women. Thank you for making that argument for me.
Wait, what she said?
So
You can't teach
what
an
I'm
old
saying,
dog new tricks.
Okay.
which is why you deal with younger women, because they're more impressionable and more open to the coaching and the training. Here's the reality,
tell
ladies.
him to change his words.
You
if
guys,
that's who he is.
listen, ladies. Men are leaders. Women are followers. That's the way the world has always worked. All of you guys said earlier, not all, but most of you, or most women in general, want a guy that's taller, stronger, more dominant, more confident, more ambitious, etc. So you guys want a leader, but you don't want him to lead you? Tell me how that makes sense.
I want to.
You want to be with a guy that's successful, that has his shit together, but you don't want to comply with the regulations and standards. You want to become vice president of this company. You want to be vice president of this company, but you don't want to go ahead and do the work to move up the ranks.
Bars.
See, here's the thing. No. Real talk, because this is the cold hard truth about modern day women. Y'all will dress up in a suit, bring a resume, go to school for 6 to 8 years to pursue a career that doesn't give a fuck about you, jump through hoops and hurdles to get this job, okay? Behave, go through training, become the best woman you can for this job, but then your man comes in and says, yo, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Fuck you, nigga, I'm strong and independent.
It ain't like that.
No, stop. Let me finish my point. I'm finishing my point. What I'm trying to say is that women will gladly submit to their boss and their job, but they will not submit to their man. And that is why so many modern day women can't keep a man. That's
not bitches, nigga. Do you genuinely believe that you can find you a girl that best fits you?
Well, here's the
As
thing.
a wife.
Yeah, as a wife.
Big keyword, baby. No logistics.
Well, here's the thing, ladies.
You married?
I don't need to find her because I found myself. And since I found myself, my leadership will dictate how she's going to behave because I'm going to train her to be the best girlfriend she can be.
She should train. Listen, that's
So
what
you see yourself getting married.
Listen,
You see yourself getting married?
He said he needs to
Hold
train.
on. Stop the show.
Cut it out. Wait. Time out.
If you take a professional athlete, what are they doing in the off season?
Training.
Okay. When you go to the gym, what are you doing?
Working out.
Okay. Training.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to be the best at something, what do you have to do?
You condition yourself.
So wouldn't it be fair to say that if I want my girlfriend to be the best girlfriend that she can be, I have to train her?
Okay,
up to
but
specifications?
Hold
on. Answer the question.
Wait.
Wouldn't it be fair to say, you asked me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so wouldn't it be fair to say that if I want her to be the girlfriend / wife I want her to be, I have to train her?
Is she a dog?
Are you a dog?
Okay, please answer the question, yes or no?
It's okay.
Yes or no?
Wait. Instead of saying train her, can you use like a different logic instead of saying train?
Because that's showing why that book. Never mind.
Because you can teach her, yeah. But why are you training her? She's not a dog.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
You
The
can
difference
teach
between
her.
what he just said, like all those examples, versus training a girl, is that an athlete, conditioning at the gym, whatever, those are all personal choices. We train because we want to. You're talking about training somebody else
who's already conditioned to their own ways.
Yeah. Why are you training somebody else?
Because hold on. Let me ask you a question. If you want to work, let me ask you, since you were the one to ask this. Let's say you want to work at a prestigious job. Let's say a prestigious law firm. Wouldn't it be fair to say that you have to?
I have to learn.
You have to learn. And don't you have to come to the job dressed a certain way with a resume and a certain type of experience?
Yeah.
Okay. And wouldn't it be fair to say that this prestigious law firm also has a lot of applicants? Ooh. Oh, you're shivering. Okay. Yeah, she's cold. Can we give her the blanket real quick?
You want your own?
Yeah, she's shivering. Yeah. So anyway.
I mean, we're gonna have to share.
All right.
You know what?
It's really cold in here, guys. We keep it cold. So wouldn't it be fair to say that if you want to work at this prestigious law firm, there's a lot of other applicants? So you have to prepare yourself and train for the position?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference between a girlfriend and a prestigious law firm?
I never said it was I'm just saying, like, your choice of words. Like,
I don't care what you think about the words. You must train the girl to be the best girlfriend for it. You guys don't like the words, but the reality is I'm training her. I'm teaching her, hey, this is what's acceptable. This is what's not acceptable. And if you want to be with me, this is what it is. The problem is this. Stop. Which is why you deal with more impressionable younger women. Thank you for making that argument for me.
What she said?
So
you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Okay.
Which is why you deal with younger women, because they're more impressionable and more open to the coaching and the training. Here's the reality,
tell
ladies.
Him to change his words.
You guys,
that's who he is.
Listen, ladies. Men are leaders. Women are followers. That's the way the world has always worked. all of you guys said earlier, not all, but most of you, or most women in general, want a guy that's taller, stronger, more dominant, more confident, more ambitious, etc. So you guys want a leader, but you don't want him to lead you? Tell me how that makes sense.
I want to.
You want to go be with a guy that's successful, that has his shit together, but you don't want to comply with the regulations and standards. You want to become vice president of this company. You want to be vice president of this company, but you don't want to go ahead and do the work to move up the ranks.
Bars.
See, here's the thing. No. Real talk, because this is the cold hard truth about modern day women. Y'all will dress up in a suit, bring a resume, go to school for 6 to 8 years to pursue a career that doesn't give a fuck about you, jump through hoops and hurdles to get this job, okay? Behave, go through training, become the best woman you can for this job, but then your man comes in and says, yo, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. Fuck you, nigga, I'm strong and independent.
It ain't like that.
No, stop. Let me finish my point. I'm finishing my point. What I'm trying to say is that women will gladly submit to their boss and their job, but they will not submit to their man. And that is why so many modern day women can't keep a man. That's the reality. I'm telling you guys how successful men think. I'm a multimillionaire. I'm not tolerating no bullshit from a woman.
And fresh.
Period. I busted my ass to get to this point. This is how it is. And all guys that are successful think this way. Whether they make $100,000, $200,000, $1 million a year. We all think this way. It's my way or the highway, because that same mindset that made me become successful is the same mindset I'm going to take into the relationship. It's my way or the highway, because there's other girls that want to work at this corporation, this law firm, whatever it is, because this is a prestigious business.
Facts.
And you need to be willing to train and go through the trials and tribulations to become the vice president, aka my girl. That's how it goes. You don't just get a handout here.
So guys, you heard what Myron had to say. All right. So in my opinion, and you guys can leave down, you can comment down below what you guys think about everything he had to say. But in my opinion, I could say Myron is maybe 80 to 85% right. Now, obviously, the ladies are always worried about how somebody says something rather than what someone is saying. So it's how you say it, not what you are saying, which is crazy, but that's how, I guess one of the differences between men and women. Women tend to be more worried about the tone, the attitude, the words you use rather than the message, right? So Myron said something that really, was very, really hit home for me. He said women work, they go to school for years and years, make up their resumes, work hard, train to work for their boss, to submit to their employer, but they don't want to submit to a man who actually cares about them, because you will lose your job tomorrow and your boss will replace you the next day, the following day, probably even the same day. But he was saying that why should women put so much effort in finding a job, career, and all that, yet when they want a family, they don't want to submit to their man? And that was a very, key point, which really is kind of true. We've often seen how ladies say, I'm not submitting to a man, or we're equals, and this and the other, and it's crazy. But also he also said something very, very important that kind of I wanted us to talk about. The fact that, you should train or coach your woman to be the best woman for you. Now, again, the ladies had an issue with what he was saying rather than with how he was saying it, rather than the message he was trying to convey across, right? Now, with the issue of training a woman to be the best woman for you, I would say it's more, in my case, it would be more like, setting standards. So maybe Myron could have used the word setting standards, that, hey, listen, if you want to be my girl, if you want to be my wife, these are my standards. These are the boundaries that you should abide by. And this is the best way I would want you to behave or to conduct yourself in this relationship. Maybe he would have gotten his message across way better to that lady.
So women will go ahead. It's incredible to me how modern day women will sacrifice their years of their life, their prime years, for a job that doesn't give a shit about them, but they won't submit to a man.
Facts. And you want a family? You want a family? What a joke.
Crazy.
Who said?
You're looking at me like I'm crazy. You disagree with something?
It was just the word training. Like you right, but like it was just that dominancy of not really having true respect for women and what we have to bring to the table. It's like train, like we ain't nothing. Like we only there at y'all feet for when y'all call. And that's what I said earlier. Like we more than just that.
Yeah.
And if I get into a relationship with that word training, I want to touch base on that word training. If I get in a relationship and I connect with somebody, we connecting off of who we are. If I don't fuck with you, I'm not going to try to train you into being something you're not. It's like, you can't teach old dogs new tricks.
Which is why you date younger women.
But then you still lost because you still going to end up chasing younger women. You're going to keep the same route. You ain't really happy, so keep it up.
Oh no, we don't chase.
Yeah,
we don't
that's
chase young
what they all
girls, man.
say.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what they all say. But I know the truth.
You're not a man, so I don't know.
I see through.
Where you're coming from.
Do you think if he used a different word besides train, that this conversation just would have gone a completely different direction?
Oh no,
because
I just wanted him to.
Look,
ultimately, he was really just trying to say
the
that.
shit we say.
Yo, see, here's the difference between men and women. You guys are more concerned with a word and how it's delivered versus the message that was delivered.
It's almost like you have to read between the lines.
But you didn't say that about me earlier, though. My disrespect.
You go off of body language, right? We're going off of your demeanor and how you're like.
It's not what you say; it's how you say it.
And that's exactly what happened to me earlier.
No, you're just disruptive and constantly interrupt. That's why you were being rude. Okay, and then saying brother and all these other condescending terms. There's a difference.
When y'all mention it, when y'all showing that a woman's worth is nothing but at your feet.
No one said that.
And bedside,
you came to that conclusion.
That's what you were saying, though. Basically,
did I say any of those words you just mentioned? At your feet, begging at your side. None of that. I said
it's
training.
like you don't even really care for females for real. It's more so like you just like nonchalant. Like
what led you to say that specifically?
Because you don't give us the debit. Fuck credit. You don't give us the debit we deserve. Like it's just all females don't deserve this. Females not this. Females this that. Females that. Damn.
What specifically made you
females?
come to that conclusion?
If we didn't,
I'm gonna just shut up. I'm sorry.
See, you can't. Because here's the thing.
Off and y'all no.
I'm asking you.
I can't even say what I want.
Here's the thing. I'm saying if you're gonna make an argument and say that, oh, y'all saying this and that, blah blah blah. What's wrong with the term training? Go ahead. Tell me.
I said it earlier already. What was wrong with the word?
You said that we're saying that women need to be on their feet, whatever. Not one of those words.
I can't re-explain because then it's re-contradicted, and I'm not about to do that.
What is re-contradict? What?
You're gonna